Hello Scorpio, welcome to your April 2018 reading. If this is for your sun sign, it is a general reading. You can also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. If this doesn't resonate as much this month, your rising sign and moon sign may resonate more for you. It will also add more depth to the reading as well, a little bit more understanding for you. So if you want to check that out, please do that. This is a general reading for you lovely Scorpios. If you would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, which will be much more specific to you, then you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there, and it'd be lovely to connect with you and give you more detail on what's going on around you. I'd like to thank you all for subscribing and liking my channel. Your support is really appreciated, so thank you for that. Okay, so let's get underway here, lovely Scorpios, and see what April's got in store. I have already done the layout for you, and it's really interesting. So let's not keep you in suspense any longer and have a look. So the first thing that is around for you is the star, and it is in reverse, but you know, we'll pop it upright for you to be able to see it, you know. And for me, it's about, for some of you, it's about stepping back, having a look at your situation, as a third person, removed from that situation, so that you can look at it logically. You can look at it so that the emotions aren't involved. That's what I want to say to you. And as a water sign, that's a really hard thing to do, you know, but it's really stepping back from a situation and having a look at it, analysing and having a look at whether or not it suits you, having a look at whether or not it's the direction you want to take, it is the path that you want to take, or is there a different path for you specifically. So we're talking about you. It's an emotional situation. So it's a situation where you're doing it with great difficulty. Some of you, because it's in reverse, and I want to say to you, it's like some of you are not able to do that, not able to remove yourself from the situation where you are analysing it, where you are looking at the situation as a third person. It's difficult. It's difficult, and of course it's difficult, you know, because I feel like it's a situation that is difficult to look at. But it's that distance that will give you the clarity. It's very much what I want to say to you. It's when you are in a situation like that. When you are in a situation, it's about you know, when you remove yourself, when you take a holiday or get out of that situation and have a look at it from a distance, you really see things differently. There's a different light that's shed on the situation. There's a different, it's just different. And so this is what is being asked of you in the beginning of April, to really step back, have a look from a different perspective, have a look at that situation, take the rose-coloured glasses off. See what's going on and make a decision from there. Make a decision from there, because you are being called to action. Nights are always, they're always action oriented. It's time to now make a move. It's now time to have the courage to make that move, knowing that there is abundance, there is security, there is good outcomes there for you. If it's about, make that decision yourself, make that call yourself. It develops strength of character, and it then brings in goodness, abundance, strength. So that is very much around you. So it is an energy of, you're going to really feel in April compelled to look at a situation differently. The choices that you make for that, well, we're yet to see. We're yet to see what choices you're going to make, what decisions you're going to come to with that realization. Sometimes it's just a matter of realizing it and then communicating what you're feeling and have those changes take shape, put those changes in place. So sometimes it's as simple as that, you know. So let's see what happens. But you're going to really, I think the first week of April, you're going to really feel compelled to take action. to do things. You know, it's new moon in Libra as well, and in that new moon in Libra, it's about relationships. It's about relationships. Relationship with your partner, relationship with friends, relationship with family, relationship with children. We have relationships with everyone. So it could be any manner of relationships. And it's going to be, you're going to be called on to have a look at what's going on, analysing what is going on. Okay, so that's very much around you. What's underpinning that? You know, and it is about looking at what you want to make, what you want differently, what you want to do differently, what you want to have that's different, the changes that you want to make. There is going to be some resistance because let's face it, when someone's got it easy, they're not going to want to put in changes. They're not going to want to make the changes. So that you've got your work cut out for you. It's really about having your strength, putting on your armour and deciding to take action and take that action. There are consequences of those actions, so you need to take responsibility for those. Because people are going to think, oh, why is this the way it is now? Why hasn't something happened sooner? But there was a buffer, there was a tolerance to some situation there. And so now it's time to take action. So there's going to be a little bit of resistance. For some of you, it's going to be a little bit of resistance. For some of you, it's going to be a lot of resistance. For some of you, it's going to be coming to a complete realization that a situation is not working for you. That could be at work. It could be with children. You know, the way they're behaving, the responsibility they're taking on, things need to shift. And you're going to know that when you put something in place, there's going to be an opposite reaction from them. They're not going to want to do it. So there's going to be it's going to be a bit rocky. It's going to be a bit disharmonious. You know, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Also, it could be in a relationship, in a love relationship, in a marriage, in a committed relationship. There could be you're establishing different boundaries, laying down a new way of doing things, and there could be some resistance to that. For some of you, it's going to be a complete overhaul, a complete change in what you're looking at, and it is to do with relationships. It is to do with the emotions. It is to do with, so whoever you're dealing with or whatever situation you're dealing with, it is a love connection. It is a meaningful relationship. It is a love connection. Sorry, it's a love connection. It could be a husband. It could be a wife. It could be a committed partner. It could be children, family. But there is it could be strong friendships, because with friendships they're like family, aren't they? So there is going to be some shift happening here, something that you're going to assert yourself on that is going to cause a little bit of upset. But it needs to be done. You need to do it. You need to stand back and look at it. Look at the situation from a different perspective. Okay, it's something that needs to happen. And it's something that, this is in your recent past, it's something that you have been planning for some time. This is not something that's just come out of the blue. It's not something that you're doing that is spontaneous, that is rash, that is sudden. It's something that you have been processing for quite a while and planning and thinking about. So it's interesting because here you've got the Page of Coins, which is thinking about things, putting things in the planning stage, and this is the recent past. And then the situation that's around you, you have the Knight of Coins, and that is, okay, you've thought about it, you've processed it. There's no decision that you're making in a hurry. There's no decision that you're making that is not thought about, not considered, not looked at from a different perspective, from other people's perspective. Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes before you make a decision, before you confront a situation. So April, the beginning of April for you, Scorpio, is going to be one of really reviewing what no longer suits you, because we're moving forward. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the baby of the zodiac. So this is what we're coming into. So this is the beginning of the journey. This is the planning stage, and this seems to be coming up with all signs. It's the stage of really reviewing, planning how we're going to move forward with this. Okay, so that's where you're at. Really looking at situations that are not working for you. And it could be your job, it could be work, it could be the work environment. So let's have a look, at you're dealing with this, you're doing this. And, Scorpio, you've never been shy and retiring and retreating from what needs to be spoken about and what needs to be dealt with. So this is right up your alley. This is something that you can do, that you can do, but just make sure you're looking at it from other perspectives as well. Step back from the situation before you actually speak. The outcome of this is going to be good for you. It's going to be good for you. It's going to get you the results that you're seeking. It's going to get you this ability for you to move forward. Okay, I've dealt with that. Now what do I want? How do I want to move forward with this? And it's going to give you those results. It's going to give you that ability to move forward and reap the benefits of standing up for yourself, speaking about a situation that is not going to, it just doesn't sit well with you. Okay? It just doesn't sit well with you. Changes need to be made. I want to say to you, I get a real sense of what they're telling me here is there's a real sense of being the doormat, people just taking advantage of you. And that's got to stop, because it's about respecting yourself, finding your sense of self-worth, and then all these wonderful opportunities will come to you, will come your way. So if it's in the area of work, and it could be that you're leaving your workplace, there is other opportunities opening up for you. So it's about having the courage to make those changes, having the courage to speak your mind, always being mindful of other people's feelings and where other people are, and that is this asking you to stand back and have a different perspective, really look at it from all angles. But I feel like you've done this. I feel like it's been something that's been happening through March for you. Something that's been happening through March for you. These changes, as I've said, are going to be really good ones for you. It's going to open up a whole lot of opportunities for you. And moving forward through April, it is going to be a whole lot of new opportunities that they're going to be there for you. Opportunities in that it could be people have sat up and taken notice. And there's a different way of doing things. There's going to be changes coming into your life. There's changes coming in around you. It's about you really being clear about what your expectations are and moving forward with that, because it does open up new pathways, new doorways, new opportunities for you. There's new opportunities there for you. And I feel like that's a really good thing moving you into May and June and July. Because this is, the world is your oyster. If you're going to do this, now's the time to do it. Because the energies are with you. The energies are with you. And it's about, you've got to understand that when you do this, I get a real sense of when you do this, change is going to happen. So are you ready for that change? Are you ready to embrace that change? Do you have the courage to embrace that change? Okay, because it's going to happen. That's going to be around for you. New things are going to come in. That means old things need to go out. You need to make space. You need to make space for newness, new things to come in, new way of doing things. I'm feeling like, Scorpio, you're seeking some excitement, some passion, and it's interesting because that's coming up ahead, so I won't jump ahead, but I feel like you're seeking some sense of feeling to come back, some interest, some passion, some excitement coming back into your life. It's about embracing the new. The Fool is the first card of the tarot, like Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the first sign, so it's about having the courage to voice what you need to voice. The way other people react, you have no control over. Okay, that's out of your control. You can only do what you feel like you need to do, and the way people react to that is totally up to them. You can't control that, so don't control it. The only thing you can control is you, the choices, decisions you make, and where you're headed. And there's new things coming up for you, and it's about having the courage to put these things in place. Because what you're fearing is, I feel like, you know, this is in your section of hopes and fears. And as far as fears go, it's not a fear really. I think it's a sensation and a feeling that you've got. And it's one of, where's my emotion? Do I feel? Where's my passion? Where's my interest? I get up in the morning, I want that excitement of what does the day hold? And that's there for you. They're your hopes. Your hopes in making these changes is going to trigger that passion and that hope and bringing new things into your life. You know, if you're single, this is also about making changes. And what I'm hearing is making changes within yourself to bring in new love, because that's around you. This is the world, and this new, you know, the Fool. Change something in you, change the way you do things, change your expectations, change how you interact with people and social engagements that you're taking on, because it is going to lead to new love. It is going to lead to new things. It is going to reignite your passion. So there's great opportunity there. There's great opportunity there as far as, you know, bringing new things in, bringing creative things in, bringing new learning and work, new people around you that are like-minded, that are going to reignite that passion for doing things, for working with, getting in touch with your creativity, doing things differently. It's got great outcomes, and it's going to bring in prosperity. And prosperity to me is not just financial. It's the work environment you're looking at, it will benefit you financially as well. The quality of work that you're doing, the people will recognize what you're doing. If it's in your home environment or with your friends, it's going to bring in new people. It's going to change the way people, reprogram some people that are around you, and that's going to bring in a fullness, a newness, different way of doing things. So I feel like that's all really, really positive. The card at the bottom of your deck, as when I've shuffled it, is the Palace of Wands. And the Palace of Wands is about creativity. It's about passion. It's about getting in touch with your desires, getting in touch with that fire in your belly to bring in new things around you. So I feel like that's really going to be very beneficial for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a card from the Dreamtime reading cards from Laura Bowen. I love these cards, as you know. Let's have a look at what is the overall message for you, Scorpio. It's quite, you've got a lot of things to do this month, I think. Things to process, changes to bring in, you know, which will, I think the end result is going to be, you're going to be much happier about where you are, where you're at. Okay, what's this? Prosperity. You know, it's prosperity in all things. It's prosperity in all things. You've got the native bee, busy working when it's time to work. In summer, in spring, when the flowers are out, that's when they collect make their honey for the winter months when there's not so much around. And for you, I feel like now's the time to make these changes. Now's the time to lay down this foundation, because it brings in, you know, reaping this energy now will stand you in good stead later on through the year. So that's really interesting. So get busy, because that's the energy that's around you to make things the way you want them, the way that it's going to work for you. And for some of you, I feel like you're coming out from under some sort of restriction that's been around you. Here's a card from my Osho Zen Tarot. You've got morality. And, you know, you're going to be doing this. You're going to be asserting yourself. You're going to be telling people what your needs are and what you want. And do it with integrity, with morals. Can always consider the people that are around you, because don't forget, you're dealing with your loved ones, you're dealing with close friendships, you're dealing with partners, you're dealing with children, you're dealing with family, very, very close friends. So it is about not being a bull at a gate and stepping on people's toes because this is what I want. It's about also considering them, but honouring yourself and allowing yourself to move forward so that you're satisfied as well. So do it always with integrity. Always with integrity. So I hope that that helps you for the month of April, Scorpio. I hope it helps you on your journey. I wish you many blessings for April, and I will see you for your mid-month reading.